Happy Monday, everybody. Wish I could be there with you guys, but I have a really fun thing for you guys to do today. So, you are going to be making a Pokemon card, but it's going to be about a virus. So, you're going to be picking a virus and you are going to be kind of making a Pokemon card out of it. And this is an activity that I came up with myself because I spent a lot of time doing Pokemon cards back in the day with my son and watching all the videos. So, anyway, this should be a good time, and we're going to hang them all up around the room. But I wanted to go over with you a little bit more about how to do it. So, since I won't be there to help you with it. So, on your slide, this is the next slide that you're going to see. There is a QR code there. So, that QR code is going to take you to the Virus Explorer website. So that's going to help you look at the viruses, figure out which one you want to do, and then find all your information. You should have picked up this Pokemon card when you came in. So let's look at that and see what that's going to look like. So your Pokemon card itself, there's two sides to it. So this is the side that you're going to be creating your virus Pokemon on. And then the back side of it gives you all the explanations about what you're going to put in each place. So that way you can kind of follow through and see exactly what to do. Okay. And then I have some examples for you. But let me start with this Virus Explorer. So when you go to this Virus Explorer website, super cool. There we go. Each one of the sections, there they all are. So there's all our viruses. So all of the information you need is on here. You can go through and choose which virus you want to work with when you choose on it. Wow. When you click on it and you choose one, for example, if I'm going to choose Ebola, then I'm going to get to see what it looks like. Oh, it's still rendering it. I'm going to get to see what it looks like in 3D. So you can actually like click on it and move it around, which is super cool. You can do a cross section, which will show you what it looks like on the inside. And then you're going to get information about that virus. Okay, so it's going to tell you a lot of information on here that you can use to fill out your Pokemon card. Okay, let's go back. So let's pretend like I'm doing this Ebola virus. Okay, so this is the picture I'm going to make. So going back to this template, I'm going to create an Ebola virus, but I'm going to give it like a face and make it look kind of like a character, like a Pokemon character would. Okay, so you're going to draw that in here. And then you're going to have to find out some information. So you're going to be putting the name, which on this side, it's blank, right? So you're going to write the name of your virus right here. You're going to draw your picture of your virus here. You're going to make a small picture of just what it actually looks like, not the character here. Now, some of this information, one, is it made of DNA or RNA? So all viruses are made of DNA or RNA, or they have it inside of them. So on here, it may tell you within the information which one it is. Like if I look at this, it might tell me if this is, it says RNA. So I know it's RNA. So that's one way to find out. Another way is to go back up here where it tells me information. If it's DNA, and I click on it, it's going to tell me which viruses are made of DNA. So these are the 3 that are made of DNA. And then there's actually 2 kinds of RNA. So you can click on those and see, like we did Ebola. So it's actually a negative SS RNA, but you can just say RNA. So that's how I would know when I go back here that's my that I would actually make a single strand, right? RNA is 1 strand and DNA is 2 strands. So you're just going to draw a single strand, or if it's one you choose as a DNA, you draw a double strand there. And then on each one of these, it tells you very specifically. So nucleic acid type, click on the genome type and write it here. So when we go back here where we have genome type, okay, so I'm going to click on that. And then let's see. Sorry, let me click back over and see what it was. Oh, that's where I'm going to write down if it's DNA or RNA. So that's the same thing. I'm going to draw whether it's DNA or RNA here, or I'm going to write down DNA or RNA right here. So easy. Then for relative size, this part's pretty cool. Whichever one you click on, you can say show relative size. And look, you can see the difference between all of them. Look how gigantic this Ebola is compared to some of the other ones. And you can either kind of do that size is 100 nanometers. So you could kind of see how many of those hundreds would fit within whatever you're doing. Or like on Ebola, when you click on it, it pretty much tells you what it is, right? It says it's about 80 nanometers by 800 nanometers. So right there, it's telling me. So I could go back and do that. The host, click on host and see all the possible ones. So if I'm going to look at my Ebola, I'm going to go back to the top up here. So see across here, I can click on host and then it gives me all kinds of options. So I look at humans. Okay. So yes, Ebola is human. That means it infects humans if it's a host. Mammals, yes. Birds, Ebolas, no for that one. It's yes for some of the others. Reptiles, no. Plants, no. Bacteria, no. So if I was doing Ebola, I would put down humans and mammals. So I would go back here and I would write in humans and mammals. Okay. And then attack. Click on the transmission and list all the possible ways of transmission. So I'm going to go to here, click on transmission. Here's all kinds. So human to human, yep, that can happen. Animal to human. So could an animal give a human Ebola? Yes, that one clicked up. Arthropod vector, that means you can get it from insects and spiders. So that would be the Zika and the TMV, but not the Ebola. Plant to plant, it can't be that one because we already know. That one's not on there. And then bacteria to bacteria. That's only two that can do that. Okay, so for ours, for Ebola, we'd say human to human and animal to human. That's what we would put into this space. And then on resistance, does it have an envelope or not? An envelope is something that goes around the virus and protects it and makes it even harder to kill off. So let's see, I didn't even read where it told me to do that. Click on envelope. Envelope, there it is, boom. Okay, so which ones? So none of them have an envelope, I guess. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's go to the naked or envelope. So I guess Ebola, let's see, what does it say? Oh, enveloped particle. So it does have an envelope. So I guess really to see that one, we need to click on the information page. So it does have an envelope. So it does have resistance. So we'd go to here and write envelope. If it didn't, we just write naked. And then the weakness, that's where we're going to click on the vaccine and see if there's a vaccine for it. So we go back to the vaccine up here. And then we're going to see which ones have vaccines available. Okay, there is a vaccine available for Ebola because we can see it's got the plus and it is lit up. No vaccines available. That's HIV, Zika. So see how that shows us which one's which. Okay, so for Ebola, I would go back and say, yes, vaccine available. And then the last part is your opponent will suffer. The whole point is, how's that virus going to affect you? So what suffering is going to happen? So then we would click on ours and read what actually happens. Let's look and see. Historical timeline. Humans to humans. I feel like it doesn't really say very much on here. Ooh, it's got gruesome symptoms and the highest death rates in humans. That's pretty bad. So could probably go ahead and Google Ebola symptoms, but you could also say gruesome symptoms and high death rate. Ugh. Okay, so so that's what you would fill in there, and then it would be complete. So let me show you a couple examples of cool ones people did last year so you can kind of get an idea, and then I'm going to let you get started. So here's somebody who did a rabies, and here's where they wrote down what their opponent would suffer. Isn't that cute? They kind of added a little bit on there, right? He has a high death rate, so they made it look kind of like the devil, I guess. And then there's all the information written in. Okay, and then here's the Ebola. Here's how somebody made that Ebola look like a Pokemon character. They forgot to put in their what their opponent would suffer, but they did put all the rest of the info in there. Here is a rabies that somebody made, and then here is an influenza that somebody made. So that gives you some examples of how you can make these. Be creative, have fun, do an awesome job. I can't wait to see them tomorrow when I get back. And remember, you can choose any of the viruses that you want to choose on here, except the TMV and the T7 virus, because they're the ones that only infect plants and bacteria, and there's just not a good enough information on them. But choose something different than your table partners so we can get a nice variety of viruses. And tomorrow I'll check them all out and we'll learn a little bit more about viruses. So everybody go have an awesome, awesome day.